We lost to a great team. Team that has a chance to win, a very good chance to win a national championship. And, you know, I told our team in the days leading up to playing Arizona that regardless of the outcome, regardless of the score, the only thing I wanted is for people from California all the way to Florida to watch our game, and at the end of the game, to say that we were the tougher team. And I told our guys in the locker room, I don't know if they said that, but I also know that they wouldn't say that Arizona was the tougher team. Our guys competed their tails off. You know, we gave one of the best teams in the country everything they wanted and more. We couldn't make a couple plays down the stretch. We felt like the game was going to hinge on the glass. They got a couple second and third chance opportunities when we were in zone that we just couldn't keep them off the glass. You know, and the final thing that I would say that has nothing to do with the game is the relationships you build with your players, and is a special one. And I told these two guys next to me that the mark of really good seniors and seniors that lead you are when their seasons and their careers are over, you want to keep coaching them another year. And that's not always the case. And I told both of these guys I'd love to have them another year, but it's not to be. And I'm really proud of how they represented our team, how they led our team. From the moment of our home loss against Creighton until now, I couldn't have asked for anything more.
All right, we're going to start with Jill right here, please, in the front.
Jill Painter-Lopez, Fox Sports West. Matt, what happened? You seem to lose control of your emotions there early in the game. What happened there, and then how were you able to compose yourself for the rest of the game?
I just wanted to win. I don't know. Sometimes emotions get the best of you when you're competing hard and you want to win, but you got to bounce back and play hard.
We're going to go here on the side, please.
Shannon Russell, Cincinnati Enquirer. D, your 1-3-1 zone defense really seemed to give them trouble for much of the game. Can you talk about that and what you were able to do to keep them on their heels?
Well, I mean, we did a great job. You know, it's been working well for us all year. We knew that their shooting ability from outside, you know, they had a couple people that could really shoot the ball, so we tried to, you know, not let the ball get to the corners and close out to those shooters. And what we had to do out of that zone is rebound. You know, we did a good job for most part of the game, but, you know, they started getting second chance shots, and I think that's what hurt us in the end.
Go here in the purple shirt in the middle, please.
Forrest Lee, Sports Exchange. The last couple of possessions, I mean, you guys kind of dictated much of the second half, but the last 2 or 3 possessions, tell me what happened on those.
On a lot, we missed shots. I mean, simple as that. We just got to make plays, and we didn't do that. I mean, they did. They hit free throws. We had some silly fouls that, you know, favored them. So I just think that we didn't, you know, close the game out the way we wanted to. But, I mean, we played hard. I couldn't ask for anything more from my team.
Go ahead.
Zach Brazil, New York Post. Did they do anything different defensively the second part of the second half? Was it just missing shots, or do you think they changed the way they were defending you?
I don't think they really changed anything. We missed some shots, like Dee said, and you know it hurts when you do that, because a lot of it comes down to, you know, senior leadership and stuff like that. And I think me and Dee tried to be closers and tried to lead our team, and sometimes it just doesn't go the way you want it.
Any more questions for the student athlete? Go ahead, follow up.
Zach Brazil, New York Post. You know, it's only your second year in the Big East. You were the last team standing here. You hung tough with obviously a very good team. How much pride do you guys take in what you did as seniors in 2 years in this new conference for you?
I take a lot of pride. You know, when it comes down to it, I want people to remember me as a person who played hard, played to win, played tough. You know, I hope I leave a legacy that my parents, my friends, family are proud of. And I think we got some guys on the team who are returning next year, or they're in very capable hands, and I'd say watch out for Xavier.
Very much agree. Obviously, you know, you want to be known as a player that, you know, plays with heart and leaves it out on the floor. And I think that's what we did for the, you know, last few games of our career. And I'm proud. I don't got any regrets.
Shannon.
Matt or Dee, what was the locker room like afterwards? Obviously very, upset about the loss, but, anyone have any words of wisdom for you guys after the fact?
I mean, it was emotional. Of course, we all wanted to win and make it to the Elite Eight. We know very few teams. Only 2 teams has made it to the Elite Eight in Xavier's history. I mean, it was more so an encouragement. We've had a good run as seniors. It was more so to the young guys, telling them, they got to work hard to get back to where we're at right now. It's not easy. We did a lot of hard work, played a lot of hard teams. Very tough teams, competitive, but we stuck through it and made it here. So it was more so encouragement and just shaking hands and telling them how proud we was and how much fun we had playing with them.
Any more questions right here?
Matt, Greg Hansen, Arizona Daily Star. You seemed to have your way early inside, and then it changed in the last 11 minutes. Was it different bodies on you?
Yeah, I mean, I think they changed up who was guarding me, and I know a lot of the times I'm bigger. They sent some smaller guys when Ashley was guarding me, and Hollis Jefferson, I think, a couple times where I don't want to get a charge, I don't want to get player control, so I know I have to be careful in the moves I make and things I do, and it was disappointing because I kind of got where I wanted to and didn't finish shots, and that's not going to help you. So
I think he did a great job, honestly. Matt's done a lot for this team, and it was fun playing with him. He really kept us under control through a lot of situations, and he always usually makes the right play. So I mean, sometimes shots don't fall, and you can't blame him for taking those shots at all. So.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, seeing none, we'll let them go. Thank you, gentlemen. Coach, questions for Coach Mack? Right here, go ahead, Shannon.
Shannon Russell, Cincinnati Enquirer. Coach, same question I asked the guys. How did you think your 1-3-1 defense really affected the tempo and the way that things were going for Arizona early?
I thought it was very effective. We worry about being able to rebound out of the zone. I think we got up 4 points at one time in the second half, and TJ shot a little pull-up shot on the right side on the lane, missed it. And I thought that was, again, I don't know. I just live and die every play, so maybe it wasn't as big of a play as I thought. But he got his own rebound and put it back in. And, those are backbreakers because with our zone, the way our guys played it this year, we really dictated where you're going to go with the ball. We tried to funnel it into our bigs, and our guys did a great job. I mean, we drew it up in the sand halfway through the year because we thought our foot speed was really slow with our bigs, and we won a lot of games with that with that defense. But a great team adjusts. They were driving it more than we've seen. In the first half they were a little bit hesitant. They missed a few shots. They held on to the ball a little bit longer. In the second half, they rebounded it, and they also drove it a little bit more than we were used to. But we felt like we needed to play it as much as we could, to win the game.
Go ahead, follow up, and we'll get you next.
Just a small detail, but the game started with a 3-point shot by Matt. Were you surprised by that? Did
No.
you see an opportunity that?
I told him to shoot it. Sean, because his bigs are really big, they I don't get too technical, but they veer ball screens. Their bigs stay way off, and so we thought, I just wanted to rattle Sean a little bit and have D drive it, get Tarzewski deep in the lane, throw out. I just wanted him to turn to his bench and say, "You believe this center shooting threes?" And I told Matt if he made one, I want you to shoot a second one. And honestly, we got a couple rolls. We tried to take advantage of how they played ball screen defense. It's their size really hurts teams, and so we got a couple dunks by Jalen. Our ball screen offense was pretty good. They started jumping, and we wanted to get their big guys out on the floor a little bit more. But they're so big, they're so athletic. Eventually we didn't have a whole lot of answers on the offensive end like we're used to.
Zach, go ahead.
Zach Braziller, New York Post. Chris, I kind of asked your guys, it's 2 years into the Big East. You're the last team standing here. Obviously carried the flag for the conference. What do you feel about the direction of your program right now?
I think we have 8 freshmen and sophomores. We have 2 high-character kids that are leaving our program that I'm going to miss every day here for the next however many days until our season starts. do everything I can for him, you know, beyond Xavier. But, you know, we're in good hands. We have 8 freshmen and sophomores. We have 2 kids that redshirted. You know, we're going to be okay. We're going to have to play a little differently because we're not going to have Big Stain in the middle. That's okay.
Go ahead.
What were Trayvon's struggles tonight? It seems like maybe for the last 2 games he's had a tough time finding his stride.
Probably battling a few maybe mental demons. He's really hard on himself. It's a long season for freshmen. It is a long season for freshmen. You know, I mean, they have a freshman who's not going to. Well, I don't know that's for sure, but probably not going to be a sophomore next year. But Trey's going to be in our program for a little while, and he's going to make huge strides over the offseason. But we went on a foreign trip, and part of what you gain on the front end, you know, I was really hesitant because I think sometimes you can lose some stuff on the back end. Season becomes 2 seasons for our freshmen. But they did a great job. Even the ones that didn't play a whole lot, they came every day to practice with great energy, eagerness, you know, so I think that the season got a little long for Trey, but he's going to be a special player. I mean, he led us in scoring this year as a freshman. Nobody's more disappointed in how he played tonight than Trey. He's bawling his eyes out in the locker room.
Go ahead.
Were you able to talk to Sean at all after the game, just briefly? What was your exchange?
I just told him to win it all. You know, just say you got a great team, but he already knew that. So that was it. I'm sure I'll see him, talk to him here in the future.
Go here on the far right, please.
Chris, you outscored them 34-18 in the paint. Are those just empty numbers now, or what did they mean?
That's where we really thought we could win the game. And, you know, we felt like they were going to struggle to guard Jalen and Matt. You know, somebody asked if they started to change defense a little bit. I'd say they tried to trap the post a little bit down the stretch. You know, we had to call a timeout. You know, we did get a basket, or at least Jalen got fouled under the rim the time they post-trapped. But it makes you think a little bit. They did a great job of sometimes deflecting our entry passes into the post. They did a great job crowding, being 2 places at once when the ball went in. But our strength is being inside out. We're an inside-out team. And our bigs have been able to score on anybody we've played all year. And we felt like they could do that tonight. And, you know, we had some shots that rimmed in and out around the basket. Gosh, I'd love to have back. But, you know, if we'd have shot better than 3 for 17, then maybe we'd still be standing, and I'd be the second guy up here on the podium.
Any further questions?